think commerce media evolving over the next 2 to 3 years, it is a super exciting opportunity. I see one is retailers moving into this evolution into media powerhouses, which is really exciting. It's taking all of their first-party data and making that available to others and then activating it in ways that are beneficial to consumers, but also to brands and advertisers. I think the other thing that I'm seeing a lot of is the opportunity for better omnichannel strategies. And so thinking about how a retailer might communicate and connect with customers across physical stores, but also digitally, is going to be really important as you increase all of these different touch points in ways that really provide that connection that customers are looking for. Index exchange involved in commerce media is really exciting in that we are starting to see a big shift in innovation where more and more is happening on the sell side of the transaction. And that means integration with commerce media platforms that allow decisioning to happen before we even send a bid to the DSP. And it can happen across every DSP. It's going to unlock a ton of value for the brands themselves, for the retail media networks, and all with a transparent, very efficient environment.
Perfect. That omnichannel future is everything. So with the rapid growth of commerce media, how can brands and advertisers ensure they're maximizing the value of their investments across those platforms you just mentioned?
I think really seeing first-party data as the new currency and ensuring that brands are building really strong data partnerships with retailers, with commerce media networks, and also with publishers so that they can activate first-party, consented, privacy-safe media and then connect with consumers in that way. I think that's going to be a really important part of activation. And then I would say the second part really is kind of mirroring my first part around omnichannel, maximizing and thinking about what are the ways that consumers are connecting across the ecosystem, whether that's physically in a store or whether that's digitally, and then ensuring that your strategies think about that holistically, leveraging all of that data to make sure that you're reaching people in a very specific and intentional way that helps consumers have a better experience, but also delivers better outcomes.
Specificity, intentionality matters. On to the challenges of commerce media. One of the biggest challenges is proving ROI. It's a challenge everywhere, but especially now in commerce media, as that's becoming more important. What advancements in measurement and attribution do you think will help brands better understand the impact of their commerce media spend?
I've been in measurement and attribution worlds for a very long time, and I think one of the interesting things about it is that it is always a challenge, but it always kind of remains the same. The holy grail is closed loop attribution, making sure that you can understand what happens across a consumer's journey from the very first interaction, but knowing what happens at a point of sale or loyalty further downstream. And so I think we're going to see a lot of continued growth in the ability to tie back outcomes from media. And we really will get that with commerce media and retail media networks, especially from an on-premise and on-site and also off-site for those companies. I think the other bigger thing that I think about is evaluating what ROI means to a brand. And it's not just the sale. It really has to be intent data and consideration data as ROI, brand building up front, and then ultimately loyalty and return and lifetime customer value. If you establish your metrics with that full funnel in mind, and then you introduce that closed loop measurement, I think we're going to be in a great place. And the only other thing I would add is we have a really great opportunity now with clean rooms to make sure that we are tying this data together in a really privacy safe way.
Again, so perfectly stated. Last question on this topic is always have to ask about the role of AI in automation. So how is Index Exchange leveraging AI and automation to enhance commerce media buying and improve the efficiency that you touched on earlier for advertisers and publishers?
You must touch on AI, it's true. Index Exchange has 2 petabytes of data that we process every single day. To put that into context, that's like watching Netflix in HD streaming nonstop for 80 years, which is kind of ridiculous. And so with all of that data, that creates a really great foundation for us then to build and invest in AI capabilities on top of that. There's so much data available. How are we leveraging and investing in AI to make sure that we're able to activate that for our customers and to deliver more yield for our media owners? And so we're investing in AI, particularly around understanding the bids, getting more content signals, and then able to optimize and then deliver better outcomes. I think on the second side, we've launched a product called Index Marketplaces, and Marketplaces enables other companies that have AI and algorithms to build on top of Index's platform. And so whether we're investing in our own AI or we're enabling and empowering other companies to build their businesses, those are two ways that AI is moving into Index in the future.